शॉर्ट बॉल पे ये शॉट कौन खेलता है यार? अगर मैं होता ना बस बॉल को देखता और शानदार।
खुद को एक्सपर्ट समझते हो तो खेलो प्लेयर स्पॉट पर लोएस्ट एंट्री फी में।
इस गेम में फाइनेंशियल रिस्क है और लत लग सकती है। कृपया जिम्मेदारी से खेलें और अपनी रिस्क पे खेलें।
Cheteshwar, hi, you played a couple of day-night test cricket, and from that experience, do you think grass cover is completely necessary for day-night test matches with the big ball, or you see that you can play without a grass cover on cricket?
Well, it's very difficult to say anything about it because we have just played one day-night game, which was with SG ball, and the domestic games which I've played was with Kookaburra ball. So, well, it's to be honest, it's very difficult to predict whether you can keep the grass cover or you can still take it off. We are in a stage where we don't have a lot of experience as players, but we are trying to figure out. So we'll see. I mean, I feel that it's an important game for us to qualify for the World Test Championship. So we would try and focus on the things what we want to do as a team, and try and make sure that we win this test match.
Pink ball notwithstanding, how much does the fact that the new strip hasn't had a first-class game, official first-class game so far, how much does that weigh on your mind entering such a crucial game?
Well, see, even I've played so many test matches, but with ping ball, I also don't have enough experience. So I don't think experience matters a lot when you are just playing one-off game in a test series with ping ball. As we keep playing more, we'll get used to it, or maybe going forward, I don't know whether we'll play more games with ping ball. That is up to BCCI to decide. But well, it's again test cricket, so we will just have to play normal cricket, have similar game plans of what we had in last match, depending on how the pitch is. But at the same time, as a team, we have certain goals as a batting unit and even as a bowling unit. So we would stick to that, and then we have seen results overseas, we have seen results in India. And as I said, next two test matches are very important for us, and we would, as a team, we would like to focus on our strength and stick to our game plan.
Sidhu bhai, I asked you about the lack of first-class match at Mutera.
Okay.
How much does that weigh on the team's mind entering the test match?
Well, it's a new stadium, it's a new pitch, so that experience, I mean, once we play more games, we'll get to know about the pitch. But it's a beautiful stadium, we all are enjoying here. We had a gym session yesterday, today we did a net session. So yes, all of us are looking forward to play again here. I played last year in 2012. And I had fond memories of playing against England in 2012. So yes, I mean, all of us are looking forward for this test match. Whether we have experience, I mean, playing more. The stadium got ready, and we didn't have so many games after that because of COVID. So that can't be controlled. But yeah, I mean, I feel that whatever is there, whatever situation is there in front of us, we will just like to accept it and then move on.
Hi Cheteshwar, I just wanted to know, there was a lot of talk around the pitch for the second test and many former cricketers called it substandard. I just wanted to gain your view whether you think the turning tracks are subjected to more criticism as compared to flat tracks and green top.
Well, sometimes if you are playing on a turning track, you find it difficult, but at the same time, it wasn't a dangerous pitch at all. When the ball spins, people find it difficult to score runs, especially overseas teams. When they don't have such pitches, it's a bit difficult for them. But at the same time, when we go overseas, when we play on a seaming track, and if the game finishes in 3 or 4 days, then we still have to play on such pitches where there's a lot of grass, where there is a lot of seam movement. So when it comes to turning tracks, I don't think you can define with whether the ball should spin this much or that much. I mean, it's a very thin line in in that way. So I don't think it was a bad pitch. Yes, it always becomes difficult in the second innings, and that is how it is. Even when we play in Australia on day 4 or day 5, if there are cracks, pitch becomes little dangerous where hot ball will hit the crack and it might take off. So as a team, I don't think we had any issues, and I'm sure even opposition teams, once they are used to it, once they start playing more matches on such pitches, they will also figure out a way.
Well, we saw Hardik Pandya train with the team for the last few days. In fact, we also saw him on some of the BCCI videos. Are we expecting him to play in the night test in Ahmedabad?
Well, I can't talk about the team selection, but it's good he's back in his rhythm. When it comes to team selection, I'm not allowed to say anything at this stage. We still have a few more days before the game, but it's good to see him back in his rhythm, and I've been talking to him, so yeah, he looks in good nick, and let's see. I mean, depending on the team's combination, the management will take a call on him being part of the playing 11.
Would you going to be a factor in this test match?
Maybe. See, looking at the weather, there is a possibility there that there might be some little bit of dew in the last session. But guys, I've played a lot of cricket with white ball, and many of the white ball games you expect dew in the second half of the game. So our bowlers are used to it, and even as batters, we have played some games with the pink ball. So it could be there in the third session, but how much, I mean, we don't know. As the game progresses, we'll have a better idea of it. But yeah, we are expecting some dew in the last session.
Cheteshwar, now that you have an IPL contract and you are a regular fixture in the English county season, so how do you see things pan out? There might be some clash between the IPL and the county fixture. So how have you thought about it?
No, first of all, I'm really glad to be part of the IPL. It's good to be back again, and yeah, I mean, I would like to thank CSK team for picking me. But at the same time, when I'm talking about county cricket, I'll still have enough time before we play the England Test series. So once IPL gets over, there'll be a window where I can play a few county games. But that call I'll take once IPL gets over, or even midway through the IPL. But there'll be enough time to play some county games, and we have some couple of practice games before the Test series begins in August. So there's plenty of time to play county cricket, but it's always good to be back in the IPL.
Has there been any chat between the team and you about how they will go about it once that if and when you get a county contract? Have CSK and you spoken about it as of now?
No, nothing on that part. But I always want to play shorter format of the game, and it's good to be part of IPL, which has produced so many great cricketers, and some young talented players which we have got from IPL, which has helped the Indian team also. So yes, I mean, my focus once this test series gets over will be on the IPL, and then once IPL gets over, then I'll think about county games, and there is a big series coming up against England in August, and we are very, very hopeful that we'll play the World Test Championship finals as well, which is in June. So there's plenty of cricket after the IPL, and one thing at a time. I think at this stage I would try and focus on the next two test matches, because both the test matches are very important for us to qualify for the World Test Championships final. So yes, I mean, one thing at a time, and one game at a time. I think the ping ball test match is also very important. So I'll try and focus on that first.
Hi Cheteshwar, have you had a chance to look at the pitch which you're going to be playing on, or have you been told what kind of pitch you can expect?
No, it's we still have 3-4 days before the test begins, so a lot could change. But looking at the pitch, it looks like a decent pitch. It's very difficult to predict anything at this stage, considering we are playing with the pink ball. If we are playing with the red ball, it's a different ball game. So with pink ball, it's very difficult to judge or assess anything before the match begins, because sometimes you are expecting something but it turns out something else with the ping ball. So I would just try and keep things very simple as a player and not worry too much about the pitch.
Hi, Cheteshwar.
Hi.
You're in a beneficial position where you've played a lot of domestic and international cricket in England. I wonder how much are you going to be drawing on that experience during this third test when the ball's going to be moving around a lot more? What are you telling some of your younger teammates who perhaps won't have been exposed to these sorts of conditions before? And how important is it to have actually had that experience going into this match?
It is really important. I've learned so many things playing county cricket, and that experience has always helped me in international cricket. Whether I'm playing in India, whether I'm playing in Australia, or if I'm playing in South Africa or England. But whenever there is a challenging condition, when the ball is swinging around, or if it's seaming around a bit, it is always helpful, and that experience, I think, has taught me many things, whether it's the technical aspect or even mental aspect as a batter. And talking about this game, yes, that experience will be helpful to me. And I mean, most of our young players have played some cricket overseas, and in some of the players have played Ranji Trophy, where if you are playing in the northern part of India, the ball still swings around, and there's a little bit of seam movement as well. So I wouldn't say that guys are completely inexperienced, but yes, they haven't played a lot of cricket in England. But when it comes to England tour, I'll have a chat with them, or even, I mean, the team management and the experienced players from the team will have a word with the young players. But this particular test match, I mean, we are not sure how much the ball is going to swing around. I mean, it might early on it might swing a bit, but maybe going forward as the match progresses, there might not be a lot of swing. But we never know. I mean, with ping ball, it's very difficult to predict things.
हाय चेतेश्वर, रमेश दिस साइड। चेतेश्वर, हम देखते हैं कि आप बहुत बड़ी बड़ी इनिंग्स खेलते हैं, लेकिन अगर ऑस्ट्रेलिया सीरीज की बात की जाए और ये 2 टेस्ट मैचेस की बात की जाए, इंपैक्टफुल इनिंग्स आपके बैट से निकली है, तो 3 फिगर जो हम देखते हैं ना आपके बैट से, तो आप अपने बैटिंग के बारे में क्या सोच रहे हैं, क्या एनालिसिस आपका रहा है इस दौरान?
देखिए, ये सीरीज में अच्छी शुरुआत मिली है मुझे। 2 बार मेरे अनफॉर्चुनेट डिसमिसल हुए, तो एक शॉर्ट लेग को लग के कैच हुआ, और दूसरा जो रन आउट हुआ जिसमें मेरा बैट फंस गया था। बट अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट, मेरी जैसे बल्लेबाजी हो रही है, मैं बहुत ही कॉन्फिडेंट हूँ। 3 फिगर मार्क आया नहीं है, बट आई एम वेरी होपफुल के वो बहुत ही जल्दी आएगा। बट एज अ बैट्समैन, जो मेरे कंट्रोल में है, जो प्रोसेस मैं फॉलो करता हूँ, जैसे मैं प्रैक्टिस करता हूँ, उस हिसाब से मेरा प्रिपरेशन एकदम बढ़िया है, और मैं काफ़ी कॉन्फिडेंट हूँ कि जल्दी बड़ा स्कोर होगा।
Yeah. In the last ping ball match, India was 36 all out. So how about that thing would be in the concern for the team? I mean, would that disturb a little bit?
Not at all. See, it was a different ball game altogether. We were playing in Australia. The ball was, seaming around a lot, and we had one bad session, or I would say 1 or 1.5 hours of poor batting led us to a disaster. But I felt that overall, if you look at the first innings in the Australian Test match, we were still in a dominating position. So, and we were playing in Australia. Here we are playing in our familiar condition. The ball is also different. We are playing with SG ball, and guys have played a Test match with the SG ball. So we are very confident that we'll put up a good show, and we will not try and look back at what has happened in the past, and we would like to be in present and focus on our preparations.
Yeah. Cheteshwar, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
So over the past few years, you've played a lot of left-arm spinners from overseas countries. Like you faced Stephen O'Keefe, you faced Keshav Maharaj, Taijul Islam. But Jack Leach he stood out among the English bowlers in this series. So what kind of a threat does Jack Leach pose? Like what makes him a kind of a difficult customer to face? Because twice he has got you beaten off the outside edge. So what is it about Jack Leach that kind of makes him a tough customer to face?
every bowler is tough, and when it comes to I don't take any bowler lightly. So whether it's Jack Leach or any other bowler who visits India, and when we are playing on turning track, I mean, you can't take any bowler lightly. But yes, Jack Leach, he has been he has been bowling really well. He has been very consistent with his line and length. But as a batter, I also felt that I've been batting well, although I got out twice. But that's a different thing altogether. I feel one has to be very confident as a batsman, and I feel that with my preparation and with the way I've batted in Indian conditions, I'm sure it's matter of time. I started off well, and there were a couple of dismissals which I didn't like, but I just had to accept. But overall, I feel that playing against spin, most of Indian batters are used to playing spin, and we just need to show that we can do that again and again. So next two Test matches are a good opportunity for us to play well against the spinners.
Yeah, Cheteshwar, the last time you played a Test match here, you scored a double hundred. And obviously, you played a lot of cricket in old Pujara. So, what are some of your good memories about this ground? I mean, the old ground.
Well, if you talk about the old stadium, the pitch was helpful for the spinners. There was some turn, but at the same time, as a batter, if you bat well, there was value for your shots. So you could score some runs, but at the same time, there was enough help for the spinners, and the ball used to reverse with the red ball. And it was my first Test match after the engagement in 2012. So yeah, I'll always remember the Test match.
स्पोर्ट्स से जुड़ी किसी भी अपडेट के लिए स्पोर्ट्स तक को सब्सक्राइब करें और हमारे फेसबुक और इंस्टाग्राम पेज को भी जरूर फॉलो करें।